Fans are going to love this. All signs are pointing to a return of Floyd Mayweather.
The title at the age that he's at right now.
I think that's the kind of person he is. He looks to do the biggest and the best things out there in life, and you know that's what everybody's supposed to do.
You fought both, obviously. In your opinion, who's better? Who's tougher?
I think Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I think Floyd Mayweather. I mean, and that sounds rich because he absolutely was probably one of the most brutal knockouts.
At 48 years old, Floyd Mayweather has shocked the boxing world by hinting at a potential comeback, this time to face his longtime rival, Manny Pacquiao. The excitement surrounding this possible mega fight is spreading quickly, with fans and analysts alike suggesting it could eclipse even the hype of Canelo versus Terence Crawford. If the rematch is made official, it would instantly become one of the most highly anticipated events in the history of the sport.
To God, I have a feeling that Pacquiao's going to chin him.
I seen so much.
I think it's going to do incredible numbers as well.
Oh, it's going to do great
numbers. It's going to do incredible numbers.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's talking about this.
Yeah, people non-stop. Like, honestly, it's crazy. 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barros.
Will Floyd Mayweather be ringside?
I heard he will. I heard two of his fighters are on the undercard.
Yeah.
There is talk if Manny wins, the rematch could be worth, I heard billions, is what they said. Billions. Mate,
I'm telling you now,
2025, Pacquiao Mayweather 2.
I'm telling you now, it won't do Jake Paul, Mike Tyson on Netflix.
No.
But I'm telling you now, there isn't enough. This is going to sound crazy, yeah? And I don't even think this is crazy. I'm going to say it's this camera. If Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather gets made, it does more than Terence Crawford Canelo on Netflix.
Oh, wow.
Clip that. Manny Pacquiao Floyd does more than Terence Crawford. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd are so much more famous than Terence Crawford Canelo.
Manny Pacquiao has made it clear he's fully prepared for a true rematch with Floyd Mayweather. He stressed that if Floyd decides to come out of retirement, it won't be an exhibition. It'll be a real, professional fight. Pacquiao's words reflect his determination to finish what was left unresolved in their first encounter. He's not after hype or spectacle. He's chasing redemption, legacy, and a definitive end to their storied rivalry. Now, the decision rests with Floyd.
There's talks and rumors all the time about potentially Manny Pacquiao and the Mayweather 2. Was there any truth to that, or is that still kind of up in the air of maybe potentially happening?
It's up to him. If he come out to retirement, we'll have a Mayweather-Pacquiao 2.
Would you do an exhibition with him, or would you potentially entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. If Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like, I want a fight. Like, there's a decision.
In his post-fight reflection, Manny Pacquiao downplayed his bout with Mario Barrios, calling it more of a warm-up or sparring session than a true challenge. He made it clear that he's aiming for bigger, more meaningful fights ahead. Pacquiao hinted that he wasn't truly tested in the ring that night, and that he still has plenty left in the tank. His comments fuel speculation that these recent appearances are simply building blocks toward a major showdown, possibly a full-fledged rematch with Floyd Mayweather.
Think so.
You think so? Yeah. Who you thinking now? You want a rematch? Do you want rollies?
I don't know. Boss. May dala lang ko kami. May dala lang ko kami, boss. Salamat. Salamat sa ticket, boss.
Kakagaya ko na lang, boss, sa sasakyan namin ni David. Boss, sa car mo na lang, boss, isakay. Yung iba sa sasakyan namin ni David.
Yung pala, gusto ni Ma'am David, yung sensible dito sa LA. Siya may-ari, yung kasama ko. Siya, boss. Oy, flip. Ito po yan.
Nice to meet you.
Para saan ito? Oo, boss. Thank you. You want to sign?
Opo. Sasakay niyo po.
Boss, salamat po sa ticket. Thank you. Salamat po. Ewan ko kung pwede po sa lahat ng Philippine flag, papapirmahan ko, lalagay ko lang po sa baho.
Nagagaingon, boss. Bawal ba?
Bawal yata.
Bawal.
Nagkuhan ko na, boss. Sila magsayo. Maganda, boss. Paboran nila.
Mahirap.
Sa t-shirt. Mark.
Pirmahan na sila, Mark, sa una.
Boss, opisyan lang mo ni Mark.
Zab Judah shared his thoughts on the possibility of a second showdown between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. While he agreed that such a fight would be a massive, electrifying event for the boxing world, he stopped short of confirming anything. Judah noted that talks are still ongoing, and although nothing has been finalized, the opportunity is still very much alive. He also acknowledged the continued public demand, pointing out that both legends remain relevant enough to attract millions of viewers.
I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be great for boxing. I think it'd be great for the sport. It'd be great. Will it happen? I don't know. I'm not him to say. I wish I knew.
Alright, because there was talks about it. There was talks even of Floyd even fighting Barrios at once upon a time. You know? Maybe
as well.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you feel like Floyd will be out there trying to get a title at the age that he's at right now?
I think that's the kind of person he is. He looks to do the biggest and the best things out there in life, and that's what everybody's supposed to do.
A potential Mayweather versus Pacquiao rematch isn't just about settling old scores. It's a financial goldmine. Industry insiders believe that if serious contract talks begin, the massive revenue potential alone could be enough to lure Floyd back into the ring. The scale of this fight could easily rival, if not surpass, any current matchup in boxing, placing immense pressure on both camps to make it happen. It has all the makings of the biggest boxing spectacle of the decade.
Would a Manny Pacquiao win lure Floyd Mayweather Jr. back to the ring? The answer is absolutely yes, 100%. And I predicted this, I said this. I don't know if it was a video on this channel or for TalkSport, but I said if Manny Pacquiao wins, he will fight Floyd Mayweather next. No doubt about it. And that fight will generate hundreds of millions. So that's why Floyd will say yes. Floyd will get in the best shape of his life, and he'll fight Manny Pacquiao. And by the way, you know what else is crazy? The closer this fight gets, Barrios is still a favorite. Barrios has to be a favorite. But I give Manny Pacquiao a shot. Like, this isn't 100 zit. Like, this could be 75-25, 75% Barrios, 25 Pacquiao. But it's close. It's close.
Pacquiao's performance against Barrios caught everyone's attention, especially given his age. Fans and analysts were surprised by his speed, stamina, and sharp technique, all of which resembled that of a much younger fighter. Defying the typical decline seen in aging boxers, Manny showed he still has the conditioning and skill to compete at an elite level. This impressive showing has reignited hope among fans for at least one more blockbuster fight.
I mentioned the weekend was busy, so let's talk about the Manny Pacquiao fight. Manny Pacquiao, the Boxing Hall of Famer, 46 years old, inactive for nearly 4 years. His attempt to win a welterweight title came up just short, fighting to a draw against Mario Barrios. That wasn't the old Manny Pacquiao that we saw in the ring against Barrios. It was a lot better than what people were expecting, including me. What did you think of what you saw from Pacquiao? 46 years old, back in the ring for the first time since 2021.
Including you and me, we watched that fight together, and we were shocked. The fact that he went past the 5th, the 6th, the 7th round, and he
got
still
better
had
too. Yeah,
he still had the bounce on his leg. Yeah, of course, it's not. It was flashes of the great Manny Pacquiao, but he was doing it against a young, strong, hungry, motivated champion in Barrios, and Barrios he was never in front of a old man, put it that way. He wasn't in front of a 46-year-old. It looked like he was in front of a guy that was in his mid-30s in Manny Pacquiao. And at 46 years old, to keep that fight as competitive all the way to the end, where a lot of people felt that he won, including myself, it's incredible. It really is incredible. And the fact that he was out of the ring so much, forget the age, the inactivity hits you harder when you're that old than actual, Father Nature. That is amazing. That is incredible. That reminds me of like Sugar Ray Leonard when he was out of the ring for 3 years and came back from Marvin Hagler. But Ray Leonard wasn't no 46 years old. Pacquiao needs his legs to be explosive. That's how he made a career. That's how he became an A-division champion, an all-time great. And he still has the little bounce on his legs, man. So credit to those big-ass calves that Manny Pacquiao has, because he showed signs of greatness, man. And it was great to see that, but the judges didn't give it to him.
Mayweather hasn't held back when it comes to his confidence about a potential rematch with Pacquiao. In a recent video clip, he boldly claimed that even if they fought 10 times, he'd win every single one. He reaffirmed his status as the superior fighter in their rivalry, adding that Pacquiao could settle for being a close second. This bold declaration has only intensified the tension between the two camps and left fans even more eager for what could be another legacy-defining clash.
I won. I know I won. I know I'm the better fighter. We fight 10 times, I'm gonna win 10 times. We fight 20 times, I'm gonna win 20 times. We fight 100 times, I'm gonna win 100 times. Manny Pacquiao he's not a better fighter than me. Manny Pacquiao, you're not on my level. Manny Pacquiao, you will never be on my level. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay to be right behind me. It's okay.
Veteran boxing commentator Jim Lampley shared a more skeptical take, suggesting that a second fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao might fall short of fan expectations. He argued that the novelty has faded and both fighters are well past their prime. While he acknowledged the bout would generate buzz, he doubts it would deliver the kind of excitement today's younger stars bring to the ring. Lampley's viewpoint offers a grounded counterbalance to the overwhelming hype surrounding a potential rematch.
Before Mayweather-Pacquiao, people would run up to me on the street, run up to me in the shopping center in Vegas, run up to me in a hotel. When am I going to see Mayweather-Pacquiao? And I would say, well, we don't know, but it's not going to be a great fight. It's going to be watching somebody pluck the legs off of a spider at a step-by-step method. And you're going to watch Mayweather pluck the legs off the spider that is Pacquiao. And it's going to be pretty easy for him. And it's not going to be wildly entertaining. I call him the first great social media genius. He realized you could build an audience with negativity.
Sugar Shane Mosley, one of the rare fighters to have faced both Mayweather and Pacquiao, shared his perspective on who has the edge. In his view, Floyd Mayweather holds the advantage, particularly when it comes to defense. Mosley pointed out that Pacquiao is more vulnerable to clean shots, which makes Floyd's defensive brilliance and counterpunching a decisive factor in their rivalry. Coming from someone who's gone toe-to-toe with both men, Mosley's insight carries significant weight.
Obviously, at that time of fighting, the best was Mayweather. It was more harder to hit. He was just harder to hit, and he was just more of he had the defensive thing, but he also had good offense too as well. Mayweather was more of a complete fighter than Manny Pacquiao, and at that time was more of a complete fighter than Canelo. Now after Canelo fought Mayweather, he got better, and I would say Canelo might be maybe a little better, but Floyd was the better fighter out of all of them. Manny Pacquiao was good too, with the fast hands, stuff like that, but he was easy to hit. And with both guys, with Mayweather and with Pacquiao, I was injured. I was injured with Mayweather with my groin. I was injured with Pacquiao with my Achilles. I popped my Achilles for 4 months.
British boxing icon Ricky Hatton joined the ongoing debate, throwing his support behind Floyd Mayweather. He praised Floyd's exceptional ring IQ and technical mastery, stating these qualities give him the edge over Pacquiao in any head-to-head matchup. Having shared the ring with both men, Hatton believes Mayweather's ability to control the pace and dictate the rhythm of a fight makes him nearly impossible to beat, even against a world-class opponent like Pacquiao.
You fought both, obviously. In your opinion, who's better? Who's tougher?
I think Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I think Floyd Mayweather. I mean, and that sounds rich because he absolutely was probably one of the most brutal knockouts in boxing history, I'd say. You know what I mean? When I see him getting knocked out by Pacquiao on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, it's in the top 10 of the most destructive knockouts of all time. Yeah. But I was a little bit past myself back in the day. You know, I'd had one or two. I wasn't a master of defence like Floyd Mayweather. I'd take 4 to get one in sometimes, you know. And
I'm the same, Ricky.
Yeah. And in between fights, I'd be up in weight, down in weight, up and down in weight. You know, on the lash and and all that stuff. And that so wasn't looking after my body like an athlete probably should have done. And I think I was, by the time I got in the ring for the Manny Pacquiao thing, I was a little more a shell of myself. So, but I think when I fought Floyd, I was a little bit more something like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but when I fought Manny, I think the light had burnt out.
With Manny Pacquiao officially back in the ring, the possibility of a rematch now rests entirely on Floyd Mayweather's decision. Pacquiao's return proves he still hungers for elite-level competition, and no opponent makes more sense than Mayweather. If Floyd chooses to re-enter the professional spotlight, all the elements would align for a historic showdown that fans have been hoping to see for nearly a decade.
Speaking of Mayweather, fam, do you see they're doing the Pacquiao rematch?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say that. They announced it, and all the fans were like,
in the weirdest way, bro. It's like, yo, they didn't even know. It's like they didn't know if they actually meant to announce it or not.
This
or
one
like that fight's actually happening.
I heard in the comments that they announced it in like Chinese or something before, and then the crowd went crazy.
Japan, right?
Yeah, like in their language they announced it, and then they went crazy, and then they did it in English, and then like that was with silence.
I mean, so because Manny Pacquiao said it's like no one cared. I was like, bro, are we like hearing
Like,
the same thing? Fam?
people
Like,
are
the man just said he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, and no one cared. Everyone's like, okay, like hand over the mic, dog. Like, bro,
people are
like
saying
massive.
that. They're saying that, or they're saying, oh, like where they were, it's like culture to not like make noise during stuff like
Nah,
this.
bro,
Like, it's a
you know
respectful
the
thing.
fans that Manny Pacquiao has and stuff, bro. If he's announcing that fight, you know these guys are.
Pacquiao has openly acknowledged that he wasn't at his best during their first clash in 2015. Now, he's promising that a rematch would be much more competitive and explosive. His confidence comes from experience, growth, and the belief that he still has unfinished business in the ring. This statement adds real weight to his motivation, showing fans that he's not chasing a paycheck, but a shot at redemption.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one, because the first one, we know the fact that I have injury on my shoulder, so I did a lot of this training camp. We did a few things, but not really a heavy training like what we did in the usual, the 12 round fight. But because this is just a 6 rounds and 2 minutes per round exhibition match. But we did a lot in training, and I think this is a very good stepping stone to come back in boxing. We will see.
So what would the result be?
The prediction is will not last 12 rounds, I think.
Wow, it won't last 12 rounds.
Before facing Barrios, much of the anticipation around Pacquiao's future depended on the outcome of that fight. The unexpected draw has complicated the picture, leaving questions about what's next. However, insiders report that the result hasn't completely stalled rematch talks. In fact, the buzz around Manny's performance, even without a decisive win, might be enough to keep the conversation with Mayweather going strong.
So there's conversation going around that a Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao rematch is in the works if Pacquiao beats Barrios. And I want to ask y'all, do y'all want to see a rematch between these two? For me personally, fuck no. No. The first fight was boring. So just imagine this fight. They're even older now. And they first fight, I feel like took too long for them to finally fight each other. Right? I feel like Floyd kind of dragged that shit out. And caught Manny at a point in time where they both wasn't dead in their prime anymore, right? They still were great fighters, don't get me wrong, but they wasn't both dead in their prime. I feel like they should have fought dead in their prime against each other. But absolutely not. I don't want to see that. I know they say, oh, it can generate billions. Nah. I mean, people will tune in just because it's Floyd and Manny Pacquiao, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to see that shit.
The debate over Mayweather and Pacquiao's legacies continues to spark division among fans. Many argue that Mayweather holds the edge thanks to the caliber of opponents he faced throughout his undefeated career. With names like Canelo Alvarez and Oscar de la Hoya on his resume, Floyd's track record is often viewed as deeper and more consistent. This perspective bolsters the case for his superiority, especially among analysts who value precision, strategy, and sustained excellence over raw aggression.
Was Manny Pacquiao better than Floyd Mayweather even though he lost? Yes. Let me explain. Obviously, there is much more to who is better pound for pound than one fight on one night. So here's the argument for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao started fighting 4 weight classes below Floyd Mayweather. And then they ended up fighting at the welterweight. That's a 3 weight class jump for Floyd Mayweather and a 7 weight class jump for Pacquiao. Pacquiao also is the only 8 division world champion and beat great fighters actually in their prime. Unlike Floyd Mayweather, who was very selective with who he fought, mostly only fought great fighters after they were 35 or before they were 25, aka outside of the prime ages, like Canelo and De La Hoya and Pacquiao. Now people will be like, Floyd 50-0, great longevity. He was younger than Pacquiao when they fought. Well, first of all, Pacquiao's style was never gonna age as well as Floyd because he was aggressive and fun and depended more on athleticism and speed. But honestly, the longevity question is out the window because Floyd is retired and Manny Pacquiao is fighting for a title fight next month. And if he wins, you cannot say Floyd is better than Pacquiao pound for pound all time. It's just a lie. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And
despite all the buzz, some believe Mayweather will ultimately turn down the fight. With an undefeated record and a massive brand built beyond the ring, Floyd may see little reason to risk his legacy. Critics of the rematch argue that he has nothing left to prove, and is unlikely to jeopardize his flawless career for one high-stakes bout. From their perspective, the risk simply outweighs the reward.
Whoa, you guys gotta hold your horses. This fight is not happening because Pacquiao wants it, trust me, but Floyd's not gonna take that fight. And I like Floyd. I think Floyd's a great, legend, and he's the best defensive fighter of all time, but Pacquiao wants that fight. He wants to rematch Floyd. He said they can do it anytime, any place. I don't think Floyd takes this fight, so, don't get your hopes up. Watch Mario Barrios versus Pacquiao tomorrow. Pacquiao gonna show us that vintage version of Manny Pacquiao, and I think he's gonna get Barrios out of there and stop him. So we'll see what happens, but don't get too excited about Pacquiao versus Floyd. I'm just being real. Follow for more Nabs Boxing. We out.
That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest boxing news and breakdowns. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your support.